Hello guys, this is just going to be a video on sort of berry farming and new mechanics relating to sort of berries and apricorns in 1.16.5. So compared to 1.12 where they used to just be like a singular entity plant, they're now sort of a bigger sapling type style. So to start with, where do you find these? So apricorns, they spawn all over the world, so like this. They spawn in this type of sort of tree formation, all colors, so they're pretty easy to come across. You do have to wait for the leaf to sort of show this blue apricorn on it, and then you can right click it and you get it. You can also break the block, but you don't actually get the drop from it then. Let me just show you that in survival. Oh no, alright, so you do get in survival. So if you break the block, you do also get the apricorn. And then to find berries, so berries no longer spawn as like a plant in the world like that. You can only get them from a few locations. So one is sort of the same as last time in 1.12, so you can farm them from raid dens or boss Pokemon, or if Pokemon drop a specific berry, you can farm it from them. Or if you run across a village, let's head to a village quickly. So you can see they also spawn in village areas. So villages will have a specific like plantation area that actually has these berries in it. So for example, this one is a blueberry and a, oh my god, the two hardest berries to pronounce, a Kuo berry. Oh, here we go, here's another one. This one hasn't quite grown yet, but as you can sort of see, it's an Asper and a Bluck. So yeah, those are how you collect berries. So we're here in my sort of creative test world now, just so I can sort of show you what we're looking at. To start with, I'm just going to show you the different styles of berry trees, or what they grow into. So this one I'm just referring to as the hibiscus style, because it kind of looks like a hibiscus flower. For example, this is and I've screwed it, that was a pomeg berry. And this is the tulip style, so this is sort of, it looks like a flower tulip. That's a kelpsie berry. The oak style, which is kind of just reminiscent of a oak sapling, koala berry, and sort of this growing vine style, so it sort of wraps around the trunk. I'm just referring to it as vine style. It's a honeydew berry, and this large sort of tall tree, palm style, which is a tomato. This is what the apricorn trees look like. We've sort of already seen them, but all apricorn trees look very similar to this, just too high and then bush at the top. So let's go over here so I can show you. So berry trees and apricorn trees can be grown multiples of ways. So you can bone meal it and it will grow, and it will normally grow with at least one berry. The way on the pail has been changed slightly, so instead of sort of being able to water a crop or an apricorn tree once per day, you can now infinitely use that until the berry tree grows. But however, you can't right click on like these leaves per se to get a flower to sprout or anything quicker. Just grab this. If I just show you quickly with the Wailmer Pale, just to sort of show you that it doesn't have any effect on vanilla. So if you right click it, nothing happens. Right click the rose bushes, nothing happens. Right click with bone meal, you get the crop, right? Makes sense. And this is to sort of just show you guys here that if you somehow come across these, oh, well, let me backtrack a little bit first. So if you grow the plant per se, let's grow it here again. So you can't use, this is just a silk touch hoe. Silk touch does not work on it. Shears don't work on it. So you can't harvest the leaves and like move them somewhere else per se. If you somehow do get the leaves, so these were spawned in using creative, they won't actually grow any plants. So we just up the tick speed here. They don't actually grow anything, as you can sort of see. However, as the tick speed grows, you'll sort of see flowers begin to bloom, and then they will turn into the actual crop itself, which you can right click. Another interesting thing, they can be grown right beside each other. So sort of one farming mechanic is like this, where you can grow them right beside each other, and then once a day you can just run across, hold right click, and then harvest them. So, and then they'll eventually grow back. This is kind of the best way to farm them at the moment. is just sort of mass produce them in a line like this, and then set yourself up maybe in a minecart or rail where you can run past and just AFK holding right click and pick them all up. One thing to note, to collect the wood of sort of the tree, an axe is best used. And then if all the wood's broken on a berry tree, the leaves will shrivel up and fade away. So you can't per se like create yourself a farm like this and then try and go through the middle trying to create like a more spawning area, because as soon as you remove that last bit of wood, it all fades away. And now how does the wood work? So in Pixelmon, every berry has a corresponding color. So the kelpie berry is a blueberry. So when you take the kelpie berry log and put it, you get blueberry planks. Another note is that the berries can be used obviously as sort of a fence. It's quite pretty, and if you break it, it leaves this joining bit. So very simple. I'll put it on screen now, but there'll be a website link and it shows you which berry is what color. So that's helpful for like using Pixelmon juices, like EV juices, knowing which juices to create, as well as the planks now. So as you can sort of see, if we go into this chest here, there's red. So like red apricorns, purple. I'm not sure if there is a purple apricorn, pink berries, green, yellow, blue, so on. Pretty simple. That's pretty much it for berry farming. There's not a lot to it. As we're relating back to the style here, each berry will grow in a slightly different style. So most of them will grow in one of these with maybe 1 or 2 leaves missing. So you might have one berry that might grow like this, but instead of having that leaf there, it might be like down here per se. But pretty much you can just use the method of spawning them all in a row, and then you can just run across and hold right click. Keep in mind crop growth is sped up right now. It's at sort of 3,000 or 1,000 times default, and that's why they're sort of growing so quickly. So I just wanted to make this video in case anyone was wondering how it worked, and different farm ideas that this may generate. Thanks, bye bye.